Hi, it's Liz at Sugar Ridge. In these times of turmoil and somewhat chaotic events, and it seems like day to day information is shifting and there's a lot of uncertainty. For myself, I come back to practice and find a sense of being rooted in the reality of, what are the facts, what do I know, finding equanimity with the way things are. There's no point trying to fight what is happening. How do we find acceptance of it? And by no means does that mean that you like what's happening. But when you can accept it, then you can be a little calmer with perhaps decisions that you're making, perhaps be a little more rational with the way that you are taking in information or processing it. And one of the practices that is really helpful for being aware of what is the reality of a situation can be a body scan. And you live in your body. Every single thing that you experience happens through your body, through your senses. And so bringing your awareness into the physical body helps you to be a little more rooted in what is present for you right now. And so wherever you are right now, whatever you're doing, whatever the environment is that you're in, can you take a moment and pause? You might close your eyes, but you certainly don't have to. Can you take a moment to be aware of your body breathing? You don't have to change anything about how you're breathing. Can you just take a moment and be aware that your body is breathing? Without you having to think about it or do anything, your body is breathing. And somehow, your heart is also beating. And somehow your heart knows how to talk to your lungs. And with every breath that you take, your life is sustained a few moments more because of your heartbeat, because of that exchange, and your breath is being carried to every cell in your body. Being aware of your pulse. Where in your body do you feel your heartbeat? It might be in your chest, but it might not be obvious there. Can you feel it in your belly? Maybe it's really subtle. Can you feel it in your fingertips, your toes, around your ears? Sometimes if you close your eyes, you can almost see your pulse. It can be so subtle. Can you feel it in your neck? As you tune your attention inwards and pay attention, where do you notice your pulse? Whether you're aware of it or not, there is movement in every part of your body. The more you pay attention, the more you notice. And moment to moment, that can change. If you're exercising, if you stop exercising, you've been riding a bike for an hour and then you stop, you feel your heartbeat. Sometimes in a really quiet room, if you're lying down, You can hear it. Feel that little tiny movement in your ear. So regardless of where you are and what you're doing now, notice where you feel movement in your body. Where do you feel your pulse? Notice the position that your body is in. Are you sitting or standing or lying down? What are you in contact with? What does it feel like, whatever you're in contact with? Those points of contact. Noticing differences in pressure, in temperature. Feeling the touch of clothing. Noticing the difference between air on bare skin and clothing touching skin. Maybe the weight of your hair, the warmth of your hair, maybe the lack of hair. If you're wearing glasses or a hat or jewelry, can you feel those touch points? Feel the weight of it. Notice the sensations, how subtle they can be. You can scan your attention through your body, starting at the top of your head and move your way all the way down to your feet. Take your time. If you're practicing this on your own, you might take an hour to do this, but you can also do it in 30 seconds. Whatever length of time works for you, to pause and notice. What are the sensations in your body? What is the position that your body is in? And as you scan your attention through your body, notice areas of tension. Often tension can be very subtle, around the eyes or lips or jaw. A lot of people hold tension through shoulders or neck without even being aware of it. So this is an opportunity to notice, what are you holding within your body? Is there tension there that you don't actually need? And this practice is not about trying to change the body or do something different. It's about cultivating awareness. Simply noticing, how are you? Where is your body? How is it feeling? We think of emotions as being something other than sensations in the body. But the emotions are physical sensations. So as you notice any emotions that are present, notice how they show up in your body. And this is something that you can do as you move through life. When your emotion changes, notice how your body changes. Notice how your thoughts change as your body changes. Regardless of where you are, you can always use your body to come back to present moment awareness. Notice what's there. Like the breath, letting it be a touch point, anchoring you to present moment. I've had these bells for about 20 years now, and I find the sound of those bells is automatically very calming for me. And you probably have sounds in your life that are also very calming. And a really fun way to practice self-awareness is to use music, and you might find many different styles of music. So have a few different, I'm old school, so I would say have a few different CDs, but my son would say have some, iTunes downloaded, but have some heavy metal music, have some country music, have something that's, Jack Johnson, really happy and makes you just want to dance around. Have some classical music, a solo violin. Noticing how different music makes you feel. And once you have that awareness of how music affects you, then you can use that when you need to shift how you're feeling. So if you're feeling very agitated, you won't want to do it. But if you put on music that calms you, it will actually help you. And if you are feeling really depressed and really worried and sad about what is happening, you could put on music that is really happy. You won't want to, but it will help you. And it will lift your mood. And it doesn't mean that there's nothing to be sad about or that fears are unfounded, but being able to recognize that being stuck in an emotion or stuck in a state ultimately doesn't serve you and it's not helpful for you. Noticing how emotions are fluid, and you can play with music, play with sounds. How is the sound of a fire engine different than the sound of a bird? Right now here in the studio it's quite windy outside, and I keep hearing plants, and I can hear the Wi-Fi antenna thing up on the roof. It's wiggling around a little bit. And that's very different than the sound of traffic. There's a reason we're in the country. It's pretty peaceful. A traffic jam out here is we have to stop for too many deer, or we have to pause because there's a flock of birds that take 5 minutes to go by. And there's something about that. Surrounding yourself in nature can be really helpful. You've probably heard of forest bathing. It has nothing to do with nudity in the forest, although you could. But it's about being in the forest and feeling the trees, feeling the energy of the forest, and being aware, so pausing and being still, and notice the sounds of the forest. Notice, what do you see? What do you hear? How do you feel when you're there? The trees provide us so much fresh air, and the air feels different. So I encourage you as well to spend some time outside, go for a walk, climb a tree. We have great climbing trees here. Breathe some fresh air. Do what you can to stay grounded, connect with the earth.